Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Sunday morning. With us today is Lynn Shaw. What does Lynn do? She runs Lynn's Warriors, protecting our kids. And that's one of the most important jobs I could ever imagine. Well, Lynn, what's going on this week that our listeners should know about?
Good morning, John. This is a very important month. We are on a mission with the Warriors, cutting through all the noise that we're all witnessing, because this is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. So while, the media is chasing celebrity gossip and political theater, real kids, our American kids, are being trapped in these cycles of control, manipulation, and a lot of fear. There's a lot of silent fear among our youth. So this is happening in our schools, our homes, and on our phones, all these digital devices. So we want to pull the curtain back. We want to provide some warning signs, and we want to empower kids to come forward, especially teens, and empower the parents to recognize, different signals that the kids are giving out. And we want to make one thing clear: silence protects abusers, and awareness protects victims. So let's get to some facts. First of all, love shouldn't hurt. Love is respect. We go into schools, we teach this all the time, that love is respect. What does this mean? Let's have some facts. Dating violence among teens and young adults, college age, is so prevalent. 1 in 3 U.S. teens are reporting that they experience physical, sexual, or emotional abuse from somebody they're in a relationship with, and they're not even adults yet. And so this is unbelievable. And also, remember, the numbers are always higher than what we know about, right? This is what's reported. A lot of this lives in the dark. Now, we also know about 45% of U.S. college-age women report experiencing beyond violent. They said it's abusive dating behaviors from the get-go. So we want to really spread the word about February and really raise national awareness of what's going on. So the theme this year, we actually have a theme: real love respects, right? Respect. We need to respect each other. But what are the kids witnessing with the adults and what's happening in our country today? They're mirroring a lot of this, and also the behaviors online. So what we're going to talk about is, why we should even care about this or listen to this right now. It's because this generation of our youth and college age, remember, they have grown up under this digital bubble, this pressure cooker. So relationships don't end, when the school day is over, or, their Friday night date is over. It is nonstop because of online. So there's control, jealousy, harassment, and so much, John, emotional manipulation that follow them 24 hours a day and into their bedrooms, onto their phones, right? They can't escape it. So what used to be private moments, right, are now public constantly. They're permanent and also shareable. Everybody's downloading and sharing and retweeting and all of this. And that clicks and likes, it's always on horrible things online. That's what gets all the traffic. So the changes that we need to do, look, it's so hard and fast. It's what we continually talk about on the Warriors. We got to get the kids, look, we live in a digital world, but we've got to get them to put down the devices at some point. Even if it's 15, 30 minutes a day, let's start there. But here's the thing, John. Adults have to wake up that this is happening. It is unacceptable that kids as young as, 14, 15, dating, are being abused, because this is what they mostly learn on the Internet. So I think the biggest misunderstanding parents still have about this teen dating violence is they really think they're going to see their child beat up or, these screaming matches. But in reality, the abuse is emotional. It starts emotionally. You can see somebody, your child, slowly shrinking, not being themselves. For instance, a kid who used to laugh a lot or talk a lot, they don't do it anymore. They don't laugh, they don't talk. Somebody who had a lot of friends, a few friends even, they suddenly isolate themselves. They start apologizing constantly for their behavior. And so the abuser, and this is the scary part, they don't do this with their fists. They start with emotional control. So by the time the physical violence shows up, the teen is already emotionally damaged and they're worn down and they don't fight back. So sudden secrecy, mood swings, fear of upsetting a partner, constant texting, they hide their phones, hide their laptop, dropping sports activities, dance, cheer,
and Lynn,
whatever they
this
like.
is a result of mostly the electronic
Yes.
media that our kids are growing up with?
Absolutely. All of these stats and studies are showing us it's a direct correlation. And our kids are learning this and becoming, habituated. They think this is normal, that you go on a first date and a boy strangles you. Because that's what they're mirroring. They're seeing this online. And also that behavior online gets the most traffic. So everybody thinks that's the things to do. And we're not blaming boys or girls. It's happening both ways, more to the girls. But if this is what boys are seeing, violence towards, girls and young women, and this is what they're learning, John, where will we be in 5 years with all of this,
Yeah,
right?
and what I'm worried about the most, and we talked about in the past, is AI, because 20%, 30% of the AI stuff we see is false information.
Absolutely, and 45% of teens admit to having an AI chatbot, which is a machine, as their friend. So I think, John, we need to do a separate hour on this AI and really talk about it. Parents have to be aware. Kids have to be aware. They're not realizing, again, they've become habituated to the Internet. Now we're sitting on this AI. Danger, danger, danger. Let's talk about that more.
Lynn Shaw, thank you for everything you do for our children, making everybody aware, and we'll catch up again real soon.
Thanks, John. LynnsWarriors.org. We'll talk again soon.
Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Payne Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.